Hello, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, my friends. How are you doing? I hope everyone is safe and well. Sending you so much love out there. This is our full moon in Libra on the 16th of April. I have been a little bit under the weather, so I haven't been posting because I was supposed to post like 2 days ago or something, or 3 days ago, maybe even, or I wanted to. Um, yeah, the question that I posed for this reading was what are the energies for this full moon? How do we best work with the energies? And what's to come going forward? I also did a little bit something different here. I pulled from my newest tarot deck. Thank you so much. Who has given this to me? You know who you are. The Two of Pentacles. It's quite the gorgeous deck. And it's right in tune with what I wrote down, which is equilibrium. We have Libra, of course, that is an air sign, but it's also like finding the balance between things. You have the two scales with Libra, right? You can also see, like, I hope you can see it, like the seeds that are sprouting. So they're no longer in their complete potential form, which is the seed, but there's sprouts that are coming out already on both sides of this. So for any projects that you may have wanted to bring into life, this is a really good time to bring them about with divine inspired action, because manifestation alone, if you're thinking about it, is not enough. So this full moon Libra may bring in quite a bit for you. What I was getting with this is Eye of the Storm. It may feel like you're sitting, like things are spinning around, or may have felt like as well in these past few weeks. Like you're sitting and externally there are a lot of things happening, and you're sitting. The only way to really be calm and collected and centered is to be in the eye of the storm here. Here you go. You can see it a bit better. To sit in the eye of the storm, to meditate, or to just sit on the ground and just do nothing, because sometimes we just get to the point where there's so much going on, where the only way to get through is just to sit still and just like basically surrender, right? It's not really the giving up kind of a point, although it can feel like that at times, but it's like you really sit down and you're just like, okay, whatever, I give up control. I give up on whatever it is. I just sit down. And surprisingly enough, when you are entering that stage is when the new portal is opening. They're showing me heaps of pictures right now. So you may be getting visions yourself. Very interesting. Yeah, so that's when the portal is opening. That's when things are starting to happen. The trick here is to stay calm, is what they said. Remember, you are safe and well taken care of. When I asked the question, what is yet to come, they said a lot. And to a lot of you, this is also meaning like a fresh start within something. The question that they gave me that you can ask yourself is, what do I want? Especially now that I have grown into something else or someone else. So what do I want? What do I need moving forward? What are my values? And who do I want to surround myself with? And oneness is one big topic here too, which is interesting because we're talking about two, right? But they're coming back together. It's almost like the infinity symbol that you see here with the card that I pulled. Interesting. So some of you may be coming into union. I don't know how many twin flames are watching this, but the topic of twin flames, twin souls, has been popping up quite a bit lately in the readings. So there's more and more are coming together, and a reversed magnetizing pull towards each other. Where it was before repelling, we had this before, it is now coming together. This goes for quite a few things here, actually, just like for job situations, for relationships, doesn't have to be romantic, for life situations, for anything that you wish to bring about, like in this changing. Use that flow because it's now back to action. It's interesting. When there was a huge hold and delay before, now it's coming, it's like whoosh, it's going much faster. So it's just like on the upswing, much like a roller coaster is what they're giving me. but in terms of, turning up the speed, and in terms of, how you use that momentum, the 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 train itself that you ride on is using that momentum from the wow, and then you use that to go around, right? And that's the kind of turn that this Libra full moon is going to bring to us. Use that momentum, right? Rest up when you need to rest up, and then you use that momentum that is currently being presented to you, and will be presented to you. Some of you have really worked hard to be where you are right now, is also what they gave me. Lots of fire energy. Of course, we're in Aries season, so I personally have a really hard time with Aries season because I always have like a lot of anger coming up, a lot of like heated energy. And Leo season, not so much, interestingly enough, because I was pondering on that as well. Why is Leo season not giving me any troubles? But I guess that's because I'm a Leo and I kind of know how to deal with these energies. But with Aries season, I always, like every year, I seem to have troubles when it comes to that. But it's also a chance to really confront yourself, not really confront, but really to figure out where it is there's still that still needs to be integrating happening within yourself. That's what those are for, because we often condemn feelings of anger or those parts of ourselves that are just, maybe not socially as accepted. But this is a huge opportunity, ouch, for us to, sorry, for us to, and for you to really tap into that, and for you to be accepting of what wants to come forward here, okay? For you to see yourself, see that? Yeah. And maybe you didn't even want other people to see that, but it's just coming up. And you may be surprised by how accepting they are, because they have grown too into something else. And we're coming back to the relationships here when it comes to that, like romantic or otherwise, where you may be surprised how accepting other people are of you and your emotions at this time. Or it could go the other way as well, when they haven't, the other person hasn't discovered this particular part within themselves, hasn't integrated it, hasn't started to love that within themselves. Yeah. But we're coming into more peaceful energies when we're talking about like the fiery energies. We're coming more into peaceful energies, and they gave me the image of a spiral and spiraling. Some of you may be spiraling at this time, and I hope that this reading is giving you a bit of clarity and a bit of hope and a bit of encouragement, empowerment, those things. And we do have believe. I know the lighting isn't that great. I hope you can see it regardless. Believe. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There's nothing to fear. You're constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided you are flexible. And retain an open heart and mind. Believe all is possible. And this setup here, I love it so much. Some of you may be into arts a lot and creative projects and, arranging things in a way. Maybe you're taking pictures and arranging things here, or you're arranging, how you arrange a picture in a certain way so it looks really harmonious. And Libra is all about harmony. So this is also a good time to, rearrange your home or do anything that's, harmonious. Clean up. We're still cleaning up stuff. But we're also rebuilding already. We're also like doing things to our liking. It's not just cleaning up. Yeah. And now we're getting into the tarot. What do we have for this woman in Libra? We already have two. Oh my God. We have the guide. So Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Interesting. We're still staying within that. We're kind of organized here, or a lot more organized than we used to be. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. And these are two major arcanas. It's simplicity, but it's not as simple. We had that with the geometric symbols. There's one missing. Where it was simple. Yes, mathematics can be very simple, but it can also be very, very complex. And so can this one. Yes. And we have the Eight of Cups, so walking away from something. I'll get to that. Into something new. And this is rapid movement. Rapid movement. So with a guide, this is like the angels and your ancestors have been overseeing your guides, basically whoever you're believing in and calling on to for help. Isis, Osiris is coming up here as well, so Egyptian energies. Whoever you have been calling on to for help, whoever has been guiding you, they want to let you know that you've done like really well here on your path. And they know, like I said, like I mentioned in the intro, this is like a prolonged period of time that has happened. You may have waited for a long time for something to come about. And with the Wheel of Fortune, this is basically, it's the fool's journey, it's the hero's journey. They start at some point and they are yet to finish that journey, but they're so close to the end, so close to the end. So to some of you, this is real encouragement from Spirit here to keep going, to continue on your journey. And we also have on this very card, you know, the beggar and the king. So it's like we could be talking about timeline jumping here, where you could be feeling still in those old energies, like I said, still cleaning up a little bit, but also already in those new energies where it's just bliss states and where it's just wonderful to live and to thrive in the environment that you've created through your hard work. Make no mistake, I just saw 1116. And then with the Eight of Cups, it's like the walking away from a situation that had deteriorated to a point that was unfixable, basically. But this was a meant to be, right? This was a given. So it's also interesting, like I said, that we have two major arcana and then one that is not a major arcana. Um, because it's like, it's almost like the spiritual law goes over man's law, is what I'm feeling with this. The death process, the reawakening that is happening. But you were always guided like through this whole process, and sometimes we just don't feel guided. Sometimes you may have not felt guided. You may have felt like everyone has abandoned you and you had to do everything on your own. And I'm seeing like a lot of tears, a lot of pain here along this way as well. But also know that you're stepping into the new here, and they now want me to pull from the Work Your Light Oracle deck here. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God, are you joking? So you have here Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So it's basically confirming what was already stated. Oh my goodness, there were many, many lifetimes that you have lived, many, many lessons, and you had like one big overseer. It could have been Anna, like grandmother of Jesus, or it could have been Mother Mary, um, or whomever it is, but a huge guide that was there for you all these lifetimes. You may know who this is, you may come into the awareness of it, but you've lived in different countries, you've lived, you know, different cultural backgrounds, which help you understand people a lot better, and you may have tapped into that potential um, of those very lifetimes in this lifetime. So it may have felt like you've lived several lifetimes. You may have even said that to people. I see lots of feminine energy here, and this is what the Libra brings in here. Interesting, like very soft, subtle kind of energies. It's like almost like a much needed break here. It feels like, oh my God, finally I can breathe. Oh my goodness, yeah. We have ancient Egypt here again. We have the whole world. So seeing things from a higher perspective, really seeing, and not just earthly. It's interesting because my view goes from small into even bigger, and then into cosmic energies. So there's a need to zoom out too, or to really tap into seeing things from a higher perspective for sure. There is a huge role that saints may be playing in your life. What I'm reminded of, you know, is when I grew up, I have to tell the story to make sense of it. Um, we went to Greece a lot, and there were those chapels, you know, those white chapels, and inside were those amazing holy figures of various saints, and they all had like this golden halo around them. So the golden halo may have significance for you. You can also call upon golden healing light, right? Some of you may have done that already a lot, but then this is confirmation. If you have not, you're called to bring in some of that gorgeous healing light for you to help you during this phase. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, I'm going to read this one to you. 38. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations for Christ consciousness to be woven through all of life. She's not widely known, but without her, Christ consciousness would not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents the generations that came before that devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being while knowing that they would not see the glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all of life. Anna teaches us that we all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than another. One person's part may be to mother their children. Another's may be to gather women in circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us to remember and surrender to our part of the plan. You can hold your hand to your heart and say, and I'm going to hold the card to my heart, Beloved Anna, thank you for laying the foundations for the divine plan. May the seeds of light within me be revealed, and may I surrender to my part of the divine plan. So confirmation, like I said, for what was already said, there is a higher plan in place. Like I said, the major arcanas and then the minor arcana here. This is you, like, and sometimes we don't see, like I said, when we're too interwoven with the worldly perspective, we may fail to see what a situation that once hurt us or that once made us do things that we thought we would never be capable of doing, but is ultimately serving this higher goal, this higher plan. So you're on this trajectory and have been and are going to continue to be, and just know you're safe and you're protected. Okay, it's interesting because someone just wrote me an email and I just wrote that underneath and I was like, okay, it's kind of like, yeah, it's good the way it is, but I felt called to write that and I'm saying it here again. So you're safe and all is well. All is well. We're going to take this over to the extended. If you're interested, over to Patreon. It's $11.11 per month for every extended that is created, and all that are going back because there are a lot of timeless figure cards reading. You can also reach out to me if you would like a private healing session with me. Either the higher guidance coaching calls are available right now, or a private healing reading, 20 or 40 minutes. You'll find all the information down below, as well as the link to Patreon if you would like to check that out. And I'll either see you over there or next time. Thank you so much for being here. Sending much love. Bye.